Hi everybody, it's me, Miss Molly again. Today is October 14th, and I'm here to finish up the reading that I started on TikTok, my 3-card read. As I will review the first 3 cards again, and then I will continue on with the full reading. So again, we started out with the Devil card, and I mentioned this is about some very bad habits, things that you've been doing, patterns that are not good for you. It's time to start paying attention to those and start making some changes. We then got the Wheel of Fortune, which I said means that really there's a lot of possibility and potential out there for you. But if you keep going back to those bad habits, it might really stop you from getting what you're really looking for. Lastly, we did get the Knight of Goblets. And the Knight of Goblets is basically the Knight of Cups. This is my Del Toro deck, by the way. I thought it'd be fun for Halloween because it's kind of scary looking. And that's somebody's going to bring you some love. Somebody's going to bring you some support that you weren't expecting. And it is going to show up pretty quick. So that's a really positive card. Well, then to further go into more about these first 3 cards, we do have the 10 of Wands under that Devil. The Wands are about your dreams, your hopes, your desires, or I think it's 10 of Branches in this deck. Anyway, the Wands are the one suit that does expand. So this is about expansion. The 10 energy is about a new beginning, a new phase in your life. So again, maybe if you can let go of some of those habits that have not been very good for you, you are going to start seeing some major turnaround in your life as far as your dreams and your desires go. Under that Wheel of Fortune, where I mentioned this idea that there's a lot of potential out there for you, you do get the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, the 4 energy is all about healing. The Pentacles, or I think it's the gears in this deck, it's kind of fun, right? Is about your income, your finances, your stability in the home, all of those things. I feel like you're just at a point where you're really hoping to get your financial situation all settled in and solid. You've been kind of on the precipice of being a little bit broke probably. And that might also be part of that Devil card where I mentioned there's some bad habits. Maybe you have, when you have had money, you've been a little bit frivolous and you're starting to realize you need to kind of pull back just a tad. So that's what this card is telling me. Under that Knight of Goblets, I do mention, that idea of there's some love coming to you. You do have the Hanged Man reversed. The Hanged Man's usually about waiting, sort of observing and waiting for something to happen. And so I'm wondering if maybe because it was upside down, the first thing that comes to mind to me is that you've actually been trying to manifest somebody to come and bring you that love. All right. That you've been sort of hoping that somebody would come along and say, hey, I'm here to help. I'm here to rescue. Right. Let's go ahead and jump into a second deck. This is my Room Choi deck. See what other things come out. Maybe we'll get confirmation. You got an Ace of Wands. That's a nice first card to jump out. You got 4 of Wands. Interesting, right under the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, wow, these cards are just flipping over. 5 of Cups reversed. Let's see what this tells us here. All right, so under that 10 of Wands, where I mentioned this new beginning that could be coming if you're able to get rid of some of those bad habits, we do have the Ace of Wands. Again, another wand. Dreams, hopes, desires. It looks like once you get to that point of letting go of those bad habits, those bad patterns, and you start seeing the changes coming along, there is a blessing on its way. That's going to definitely speak to the heart. Something that's going to really motivate you and get you excited. That's so cool. Under that 4 of Gears or 4 of Pentacles that I pulled, we do have the 4 of Wands, another 4 energy. So there's a lot of healing going on for you. That might be part of this Devil energy too, is like maybe you have quit drinking, quit doing whatever physical thing to yourself that's not good, not eating right or not exercising or drinking too much, eating too much, those sorts of things. And I feel like there's some healing going on for you. Like you're finally taking self-care. And if you aren't, you're about to. Like you're starting to think about, like, I got to take better care of myself. They say if your cup is empty, you can't fill somebody else's cup, right? This card can sometimes represent a marriage. You can see that they're actually standing there like they just got married. But in this case, I do think this is about healing. This is about healing so that you can open up yourself for more freedom, right? Because when you're healthy, boy, it opens all the doors, and physically and mentally. All right, under that Hanged Man where I said you might be waiting for that love to show up for you, you're waiting for that support, you do have the 5 of Cups reversed. Now, if you look at this card, there's one person juggling and doing all the work and the other person's just standing there just holding the cups like, you shouldn't be doing all the work. And if it feels that way, it's definitely not fair. And that's maybe why you've been waiting for that person to come over and say, hey, you're worthy. I still love you. I still want to help you. I'm still here to support you, because you just don't feel supported. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Let's see what else comes out. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. I'm really trying hard to keep my energy up, and I apologize to y'all. You know how it is when you're sick. And I rarely ever get sick, so it's definitely unusual for me. All right, we got a few more cards to go over here in the tarot, and then we're going to jump into some oracle cards. So then we also get the Six of Swords under that Ace of Wands reversed. Six of Swords. Sixes are about harmony, flow, and balance. Swords are about the truth, communication, and ideas. And if you look, he's navigating the waters. He's got a mother and a baby in the boat that trust this guy to take him to safer shores. And again, I feel like if that person comes along and says, hey, I'm here, I love you, I'm here to support you, they're here to help you along. You really do need some help right now. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help, but sometimes we need to do it. And I feel like whoever's watching this, you're like me, you're very stubborn. When you're struggling, you don't like to ask for help. You might bitch and complain and you might vent, but you don't ever want anybody to actually help you. But this is a time it's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. I give you permission to say, yes, I need some help. Under that Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, where I talk about all that healing that's coming along, we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight energy is about taking some action, and the Pentacles, again, are about finance, income, abundance, sometimes stability. You look, he's been practicing and working really hard to get good at his craft. And I feel like this is more about your self-esteem. You've been working on you. You've been working on how you feel about yourself and how you interact with other people, and realizing that you have a lot of healing to do from past trauma, that there's been things that have been hurtful to you that keep reoccurring in your life. That's also what this Devil card is telling me, that sort of pattern. And you're starting to realize that you keep putting yourself in that position, nobody else. And so this is learning, like, I gotta start really working on me right now. Under that Five of Cups, where I said I feel like you're just doing a lot of the work and it feels very lopsided, like it's uneven, it's unfair, we do get the Nine of Pentacles also reversed. The Nine energy is about resolution. The Pentacles, again, about stability, home, sometimes finance and career. And I feel like this came in reverse. So you're not really ready to make a decision yet. You're still kind of waffling, I guess is the best term I can use, even though you know what's good for you. Last card we picked up was the Six of Wands. I love this card. Wands, again, dreams, hopes, desires, six energies, harmony, flow, and balance. This is the second six you've received in this reading. If you look, he's riding into town with his friends in celebration, and happiness, and victory. This is a victory card. So I feel like everything's going to turn out well for you if you just keep pushing forward with the focus on you and taking care of you. Great. Love it. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the Maps deck. Today we've got our Maps cards. Let's see what jumps out for you today. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Anything you have for my viewers today that you think would help. We got number 43 and number 33, two cards. Interesting that there's a lot of threes in there. That's about creation. 33 is my favorite number. Peaks of joy. 3, 3, double 3, all about creation. Once you start taking better care of yourself and putting yourself in a much better energy and accepting that health, oh my gosh, you're going to be so creative. And you're going to just feel so good. And I even encourage you that if you have a particular hobby that you haven't done in a while, whether it's playing an instrument, doing art, collages, music, dancing, even if you just like to look at art, I really feel like this weekend might be a good time for you to go ahead and do that stuff again. It's just something about it's going to bring you joy. Then we get details, number 43, okay? And this is just saying, like, I'm not going to read it this way. I mean, it says details, but I don't think that's what this card is saying, honestly. And I'm an intuitive reader, so just because it says that doesn't mean that's what I think it means. Because what stood out to me more than anything is this compass right here when I looked at this card. And it's about, like, you have a good moral compass, but not about yourself. Okay, you don't treat yourself the best way you can. That's the best way I can put it. I don't know how else to say it. That's just what's coming through me really strongly right now. The 4 and 3 energy, again, we got that healing, the 4, the 3 about creation, again. 4 and 3 together is 7. 7 is your connection to spirit and your higher self. So I think once you start taking better self-care, a lot of the clarity is going to come through for you. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into my vintage deck, see what jumps out there for you. Spirits. Oh, that didn't take long, did it? We got change. It popped right out. I love it. Yeah, you're ready for some changes. You're at that point. I always notice the owl on this card. That reminds me that we should be wise. We should look from all directions. You know, owls can spin their head all the way around, right? And also trust your instincts. Owls do a lot of things at night. They don't always use their vision, their eyes. A lot of times how they feel, warmth, You know, they have a special night vision. They have different ways of seeing things. That's really what the owl represents to me, is a multitude of ways to view things. And that's really helpful too, when you can look at different perspectives. Now we're going to pull from my spirit animal deck. See what jumps out there for you. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Any cards today for my viewers that will help them in their journey. Oh, I love it. You got Polar Bear Mystic. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Here's what it says. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. What did I just say? Take better self-care, right? Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Okay, so if you're going to pursue any type of intuitive ability, again, that self-care thing is so important. As a matter of fact, I am wearing a protective, I think this is tourmaline, I want to say, or onyx, I'm not sure. But someone gave it to me today to wear, and I decided, yeah, I'm going to wear it today. I'm feeling a little, you know, not so good, so I thought I'd take good care of myself. Lastly, we're going to go into my Moonology deck for some final thoughts. Yep, there we go. A couple of cards just flop themselves over on their own. We got work through your fears, and your dreams need a practical plan. Work through your fears is new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so I think maybe some of this holding back from taking self-care is you're more worried about everybody else. It's time to start really not worry about you. And then we get your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. I'm a Taurus, by the way. You know, dreaming is great, but you also have to be able to apply them to your life. So start thinking about, like, what's the first step you need to take. And thank you so much for bearing with me with my kind of hoarse voice and not feeling my best, but hopefully this reading resonated for you. Have a wonderful weekend. Mwah.